Northport
versus Port Charlotte.
In this video, we are going to talk home prices, different way of life of both,
and help you discover which one ultimately is a better fit for you. And we're getting started right now.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home in the area, make sure to call, text, or email me. I am a local realtor here in the Venice, Sarasota, Northport, Port Charlotte areas. My information will be in the description box below.
And right off the bat, I just want to say we haven't done a very good job on the channel representing Port Charlotte. I don't think we've done a single video about Port Charlotte, and it's very close to where we live, an area that we probably should do more. So if you want to see more of that, leave a comment, let us know. We have a full playlist of Northport that we'll have in the description, but here we're going to give you a bunch of the rundown of what
we're going to give Port Charlotte some love here.
Yeah.
So Northport and Port Charlotte, and basically all of Florida, has different zip codes. It depends, if you're within the city limits or not. So these numbers that I'm going to give you are for the city of Northport and the city of Port Charlotte. So the first one, for the median sales price for a single family home in Northport is $365,000, while in Port Charlotte, the median home price is $300,000. That seems very, very low, but again, this is a small area of Port Charlotte. Port Charlotte has 5 different zip codes. So this is the main city of Port Charlotte. It does not, the census designated place is what it's called. So for condos and townhouses, the median sales price for Northport is $345,000, while Port Charlotte is $147,000. So it is a pretty low again, but again, it's a smaller area. And for manufactured homes, Northport's median sales price is $100,000, while Port Charlotte, the city of Port Charlotte, has no sales. So what I did is, for Port Charlotte, I pulled up all the zip codes, different zip codes. So I'm going to give you the single family homes median sale price. If you're interested in knowing a little bit more about the other, the condos, townhouses, manufactured, make sure to contact me. But for the median sale price for single family homes, the zip code 33948, their median sales price was $364,000. For zip code ending in 52, $268,000. Zip code ending in 53, $412,000. Zip code ending in 54, $333,000, and for zip code ending in 81, $380,000. Again, this is the single family home median sales price.
So quite a variety depending on what zip code you're in, which I think that's a pretty good point to bring up to begin with Port Charlotte. Is when we had first checked out Port Charlotte, when we were looking at moving down to the area, we were like, okay, there's a lot of shopping here, first of all. We like that about it, but overall we didn't like the feel of it quite as much as some of the other cities in the area like Northport, Inglewood, and Venice and Sarasota. But then as we started getting involved more with helping real estate clients and started seeing other pockets, we're like, okay, well, there's more to Port Charlotte. There's other areas that we liked a little bit more, and now it's like, well, I could live in Port Charlotte. Yes,
and there is also a lot of different new construction, new communities coming in as well. So that's why the prices, maybe the median price is $412,000 in one of those zip codes. So that's probably where all the new construction is happening.
And it's kind of interesting that, so one of the communities that's going in is called Westport. And Northport, some people don't know this, but it used to be Northport Charlotte, and they kind of wanted to be their own thing, so it became Northport.
And now we have Westport. So Northport and Port Charlotte are both pretty similar with their homes. You either have pockets in both cities that are older homes, and all those, that whole area will be older homes, and you have pockets where you have new construction on like scatter lots, not communities, but lots. And then you'll have a lot of new construction or newer homes. And then you'll also have communities that are being developed. So a lot of HOA communities, and also a little bit, not as much, I would say, of those, like really nice homes. And then you have like a not so nice home, and then another really nice home.
Yeah, and I'd say as a whole, one thing that stands out for me about Port Charlotte is I'd say there's some more pockets where it's like a whole bunch of like really small, like ranch, like almost brick homes or manufactured type homes. Like you don't see as much of in Northport. Northport, I'd say most of the homes are a little taller, a little bigger, a little wider, and just more squared versus that kind of like rectangle ranch.
I think you're thinking of the newer area in Northport, like the older area in Northport is pretty similar. Like it has those same blocks.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, now that you mentioned that,
The other side.
like on one end of it.
Yes.
But it just as a whole, I guess that stands out to me as Port Charlotte. There are some areas that seem there's more of them, and it's a little bit rougher, I would say. I mean, Northport has some pockets that are a little bit rougher, but Port Charlotte just seems like it has a few more of those, at least off the main drag of Tamiami. So something to think about.
Yes. I would say I would feel comfortable living in Port Charlotte and in Northport if I was like in more of a community, like closer to neighbors and things like that. Northport, I would be okay living anywhere really.
Yeah.
It's not unsafe by any means. Neither is Port Charlotte. It's just you can see a little more of that clear-cut, neighborhoods of where you probably wouldn't want to be.
Yeah.
One thing to note is that both Northport and Port Charlotte don't really have a lot of townhouses and condos. There are a few here and there, but it's not as common.
As far as shopping goes, both are pretty decent. Port Charlotte, to say, is actually overall really good. They have a lot of shopping right on Tamiami Trail. They also have a mall, which we've gotten comments from people saying, oh, that's basically shut down. And so we went there now a few times, and there's like 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 or 6 empty stores in the mall. But outside of that, it's actually got plenty of options, lots of shopping there. There's a movie theater in there. So that's nice to have. And then Northport, it's basically Tamiami Trail. There's a bunch of shopping there. There's one other little pocket that almost feels kind of like a downtown, but it's not like a walkable downtown. And yeah, most of your shopping needs are going to be covered as far as like your main types of stores, groceries. There's a Walmart neighborhood market. Port Charlotte definitely, I think, takes the win on this one.
But also depending on what area of Northport you are, because Northport it's pretty big. Depending on what area of Northport you are, you might be able to just do your shopping in Port Charlotte because they both just like butt into each other.
Yeah. And also with both cities, it's worth mentioning you're not too far from a lot of other cities that, like Venice or Sarasota is not too far. Fort Myers, Punta Gorda, so there's a lot of other options for more shopping, restaurants, all that kind of stuff. And then as far as downtown, I don't think
neither has.
We have not discovered one in Port Charlotte if there is. So leave a comment.
Let us know,
because we haven't seen it. And we've been around pretty much all of Port Charlotte taking clients to places. So Northport kind of is trying to have one that's kind of like by the
City Hall.
By the City Hall. Yeah. And it's more of just like a grassy area where the farmers markets and things like that. But coming soon is Welland Park's downtown, which is kind of going to be their downtown. Welland Park, we always talk about it like a separate thing because it's a lot of people,
is.
And a lot of people like to say it's Northport's, but it's kind of in between Northport, Venice, and Inglewood. So it's going to be an awesome area though, and that'll be very, very close to Northport if you do want to have more of a downtown experience.
As far as jobs, Northport is known as a community where you basically live and sleep, and then if you need to work, well, like most people do, you have to travel 20-30 minutes to get to your job. Port Charlotte does have a little more going on. I feel like it is a little bit bigger and it's more populated. So because of that, there is more jobs in service, restaurants, stores, things like that, healthcare.
Yeah, and neither of them are going to be very good as far as if you want factory work, if you want office work. There's just not a lot of that in a lot of Florida for that matter, outside of a few cities like Fort Myers and Miami and Orlando and Tampa. So you're kind of looking at that kind of work, something that's going to be at a restaurant, at a store, at a hospital, and then possibly something on the water if you do want to do something, related with the Gulf Coast and being on the water and boating. Or fishing for that matter.
And also, if none of those jobs appeal to you, in Venice, we do have an Amazon warehouse that I feel like a lot of people are more used to, especially coming from the Midwest, working in warehouse or factories. So if that's your ideal job situation, Northport and Port Charlotte are both not too far from Venice.
Yeah, that's probably the closest thing you're going to get to like factory type work, and also deliveries, of course. That's another option, I guess, too.
As far as schools, Northport is in Sarasota County. Sarasota County as a whole has great, highly rated schools. Port Charlotte, it's not in Sarasota County, but they also do have pretty decent schools.
Yeah, both have pretty good ratings. One resource we like to look to is there's a couple of them. There's a website called greatschools.org, and then there's also niche.com and Area Vibes. Those are two websites we like to go to a lot, you know, when we're researching new areas. Before we moved here, that's what we use.
Yes.
And you can go on there and see for yourself kind of like what the schools are rated. Some of them will even like rate individual schools.
Yes.
So I think it's like Niche gives like the A, B, C grades, and then Area Vibes will give like 1 to 100 grades on like crime, cost of living, everything, schools, you name it. So those are great resources to consider.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home in the area, make sure to call, text, or email me. I am a local realtor here in the Venice, Sarasota, Port Charlotte, Northport areas. My information will be in the description box below.
And right here is a playlist on Northport. Again, leave comments if you want us to do some more videos of Port Charlotte, and we will do that. But make sure you check out that playlist on Northport. There's a lot of great information, and you can see more of what the city looks like there. Hit the like button, subscribe, turn on all notifications, and
Live breezy.